Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one between the Buffalo Bills and the Houston Texans. With that, let's head over to the space city of Houston. Standing by at NRG Stadium, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Buffalo Bills, they're being led out here by their 6'5" quarterback, Josh Allen, who has had a really good season. Last year as a rookie, 10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. This year operating more around a 2-to-1 ratio. Even though not a high volume of touchdown passes, much more efficient. And running the football, he's been even better than he was last year. He had 8 rushing touchdowns as a rookie. He's already surpassed that in his sophomore season. And as far as running quarterbacks go, you'd have to think he's the second best in the league behind Lamar Jackson, and he's got these Bills rolling. Quickly now, here's the Buffalo offense.
I know I'm not supposed to be biased, but LaShawn McCoy is one of my favorite running backs in the game. Vision, elusiveness, creativity, can take nothing and turn it into something, catches the ball out of the backfield, and runs with that supreme arrogance that running backs have, the best ones in the game, thinks that no one can stop him, and at the end of a run, will drop a shoulder and get extra yardage.
On second down, it's McCoy. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
Jadeveon Clowney was the #1 pick in the NFL draft, and it was with good reason. An absolute athletic freak. Now he's trying to add consistency to his game.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. DeAndre Carter is deep for the Texans. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. A shotgun snap for Watson. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is Miller. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. So here are the starters for this offensive unit. Lamar Miller, very good out of the backfield.
And getting better all the time. The more touches he gets in a game, the bigger his impact on it.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Come on, boy. You better be ready.
Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now then the penalty's got them set up with a 1st and goal. Here's Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds. We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they come up now 2nd and goal. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Watson with a give to Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the return will stop right around the 25. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
As Buffalo comes back out here, Charles, I just want to give some love to the job that Sean McDermott has done. And, yeah, you got to give the players credit, too, but a double-digit win season. First season of at least 10 wins this year for Buffalo since 1999. And think about McDermott now. He's been to the playoffs 2 or 3 seasons. Since the year 2000 with 7 previous coaches before McDermott, 0 playoff appearances.
And this is a proud franchise, a community that loves their team. And the players carry a lot of pride with them into the future because I've seen all over social media former Bills so excited to see how this team is playing, coming out of the woodwork to let the world know, hey, we're all about the Buffalo Bills. You're exactly right. What Sean McDermott has done there in a short amount of time, really, really impressive. And they're also a team that's built to scare the heck out of people in the playoffs. Excellent on defense, a quarterback who can throw it downfield in Josh Allen. And, boy, when he breaks contain running it, wreaks havoc on defenses.
A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and it's now 3-0 Texans. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
So as it turns out, a 2-play drive resulting in the field goal. Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Allen hands off to McCoy. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play. With that incompletion, you know, Charles, one of the big storylines in the final few weeks of the season lies in the AFC South. Tennessee and Houston battling back and forth. Houston won round 1, week 15, a victory in Nashville. But which of those two teams do you think has the potential to go deeper in the playoffs?
Well, Tennessee just lost at home to Houston, and now we'll have to go on the road to play them again in week 17. So I would say, on the surface, you would think Houston. They have the quarterback as well in Deshaun Watson that scares everyone. But I'm picking Tennessee as the team that could go deeper because of their defense. That's really a top 5 defense on any given Sunday. Their ability to rush the passer, their ability to play the ball in the air. I like that Tennessee team, and I think Ryan Tannehill, the switch to him at quarterback has really energized that club.
Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From midfield, here's Allen. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Allen going to throw again. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Watson. Rolling to his right. He'll try and run it. There he goes inside the 30. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
The sack on first down took him out of a traditional running play and put him in a passing situation, but didn't stop him from running anyway, did it?
No, I was surprised when he took off. I thought, oh, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes all the way and picks up the first. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, let's get back to the playoff picture. We talked about the AFC. Let's look at the NFC. That race starting to come into focus. We know most of the teams, Seahawks, 49ers, Saints, and Packers all in. Vikings in good shape. How do you handicap this race? It seems like anyone can beat anyone.
I think you're spot on, because if you were going into the playoffs with these teams that we're going to talk about, who would you make the absolute favorite? It could be anyone, right? It could be Seattle. It could be San Francisco. It could be New Orleans. I know Minnesota's probably going to come in as a wild card. Green Bay will come in as a division champ, it looks like. But bottom line is, Dallas or Philadelphia's got to win the NFC East. And I don't know that anyone wants to go to their home field and play when they have to play in a divisional game. So when you get it all together, and maybe that would be a wild card, I would guess, because they'd be the 4th team in. But when you put it all together, it is absolutely wide open about who wins the NFC and represents for the Lombardi Trophy. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And an alley to run. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Time to go.
On 2nd down now, it's Miller, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
I got one. Time to go.
On 1st down, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the counter, it's Miller. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Hey, watch the slant.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Hey, you don't want to see me.
Out of the gun, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't.
Allen hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Allen now on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. And now he's going to use his legs. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
41, Mike. I'm here all day. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen, he's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And his throw here is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time, but it'll be 2nd down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now Allen. And the grab by Croft. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He may try and run for this. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. He'll look to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Watson and the Texans now down 7-6. 1:16 remaining. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on 1st down.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Go.
Back to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
He's back to throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Now Watson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Set. 19. Here we go. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey.
They'll look to throw. He's got Fuller. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
set. 19. 49. You got to get the ball. D, get the ball right here.
Back to throw. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Watson. Got an open man. It's QT. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. The home crowd here absolutely loves it, as they should, getting the field goal in the closing moments and likely going to get out of here with a W.
A W, celebrations all around. How about how everyone's going to leave this stadium, right? And you know something? He probably makes more money than most of the 60,000 people here, but they're all willing to buy him dinner tonight, aren't they?
Oh, they don't care. He's a man of the people right now. Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping to catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair. Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.